Welcome back to part 2 on my series on twin flames. How do you know if you've met your twin flame? Well, you will just know. Today we're going to discuss the 11 signs and synchronicities that you've met your twin flame. Hello my beautiful friends, my name is Carrie Cox and welcome to my channel where we learn to use our personal power to build a connection between our mind, our body, and our spirit. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and smash that bell notification button so you can be notified when future videos are released. In part 1, we talked about how your twin flame is your perfect mirror. It's an identical blueprint of your soul. They are literally you. You're meeting yourself in another time and space. You both will have different physical bodies and different egos and identities, but your soul will be an identical blueprint of one another's. You will literally have the same soul. And when you meet, you will realize that there is no separation because you are whole and complete. Meeting your twin flame can create an intense time in your life, and that is because they will help you to raise your consciousness. They may awaken you, help you to heal old wounds, transform into the best version of yourself, and raise your level of consciousness. The connection between the two of you will be a connection of the mind, a connection of the heart, and a connection of the soul. You will form the perfect trinity. You will feel this connection deep into your soul, and so will they. So let's go over the 11 signs and synchronicities that you may have met your twin flame. Sign number 1. There's this feeling when you meet like you've been waiting for this person your entire life. And this isn't a one-sided feeling, but both of you feel the same. It may feel like you haven't lived until you met this person. And there's this sense of completion that just goes beyond words. Meeting this person may remind you that you've actually dreamt of this fairy tale-like romantic connection or dreamed of somebody your whole life who would swoop in and share a love with you unlike anything else. Sign number 2 that you may have met your twin flame is when you meet, there is this sense of recognition. Maybe they seem familiar to you, or you're having a lot of deja vu. There's this familiarity to them and you can't quite put your finger on it, but you feel like you've met them somewhere before. Well, it's because you have. You've had experiences with them in previous lifetimes. And so there's this sense of familiarness of them. And it may even feel like you were meant to meet or meant to be together, and that's called a soul recognition. You're recognizing your soul. You may form an immediate deep connection with one another, and things may seem like they're moving very fast, and maybe the people around you don't understand. And that's because there's this powerful feeling like you've met before, you know each other. A lot of twin flames will describe it as a feeling of being home. I know when I met my twin, I had that instant feeling like I had met that person. We were trying to figure out where we had known each other from. We both grew up in the same large city, so we were trying to figure it out and even hung out at the same places, but our paths never quite it seems like when we compare growing up together, we were kind of living parallel lives, like we were close to one another, but we just didn't cross paths. But it was almost like we were being kept nearby one another. Sign number 3 that you may have met your twin flame is you feel like you can be your authentic true self around this person. There's this sense of vulnerability with this person that you may not feel with other people. You may tell this person all of your secrets. You aren't afraid of them judging you. You don't feel any shame or guilt. You just feel free to be your true authentic self. And it may even be the first time in your life that you feel seen, feel heard, or even feel loved. They bring you this sense of peace. Sign number 4 that you may have met your twin flame is you start seeing numbers and synchronicities everywhere. A common number to see is 1111 or 111. But 1111 is a twin flame number, so if you're seeing a lot of 1111, it may mean that your twin flame is coming in soon, or you may start seeing it after you meet your twin flame. I know I started seeing it everywhere after meeting my twin. You may see 1111 on clocks, you may see it in phone numbers, on billboards, just everywhere you look, you'll run into those numbers. Sign number 5 that you may have met your twin flame is you may feel a sense of a heart chakra activation. Now, I felt this a lot in the beginning, those first few months of meeting my twin, and it can be scary and overwhelming if you've never had any of these types of sensations in your body. You can experience things like heart palpitations, a tightening in the chest, butterflies in the stomach. And that's because you're experiencing symptoms of an energy activation within you. And I had never experienced any of those sensations. I wasn't somebody who had symptoms of anxiety, but when I started feeling these, it could be a little overwhelming because you just didn't know why you were feeling all these sensations, but it was activating energy within my body and in my heart chakra, and my chakras were starting to open and ignite and clear out. And my twin and I, we were experiencing a lot of telepathy with one another in the beginning. And when we weren't together physically, if we were both at work, it was like we could feel what the other person was feeling. And so we'd feel all these weird sensations in our body. And that was because that other person was thinking about us or sending us messages or signals, and we were picking them up in our body. So you may feel things like warmth all over your body. You may feel their presence with you, even if they aren't with you. You may feel your vibration raise. Now, in the beginning, when you first meet, this will be a lot stronger. You'll feel a lot of this activation happening, and it may start to taper off after a while. The sixth sign that you may have met your twin flame is it may feel overwhelming when you're together. And then when you're apart, it almost hurts. When you're apart, you may long to be back together with your twin. You may not like the feeling of being separated from them. When you're around them, they may bring you a sense of peace and calm, and they may ease your body, your mind, your thoughts. They may just bring a sense of comfort to you. You're almost like two ends of a magnetic pole, and so you're constantly being pulled towards one another. And there's a whole complex and dynamic when it comes to twin flames called the runner-chaser dynamic. And if you're going through that or experiencing that, as many twins do in the very beginning of their relationship, you may feel that sense of wanting to be connected back with them, or that draw back to them, or you may notice that they're being pulled back to you. The seventh sign that you may have met your twin flame is there's this overwhelming sense of love and attraction for this person. And it's really not about seeing them by their appearance. It's more about the feeling you get around them. You almost don't really care about their appearance. It's this feeling and the sensation around them. They may give you goosebumps all over your body when you're around them. The energy is just very intense and passionate. So it's not really about how you see them. It's more of a feeling. It's more of those vibes. This is because this type of love is the purest love between two people. It's all about unconditional love, and there's this electrifying energy between the two of you. The intimacy between two twin flames is pure, and it's raw, and it is completely vulnerable. Which brings me right into the eighth sign that you may have met your twin, is they may not be your typical type. They may not be the type of person you normally are attracted to or that you normally date. They could have a different look or a different attitude. There may be some things like big age gaps between you, and there may be obstacles between you. But no matter how many obstacles are between you, you have this sense that you must be with this person. The ninth sign or synchronicity that you may have met your twin is that whether you guys are together or apart, you are always having the same thoughts or emotions at the same time, which goes again into the whole telepathy thing, but you guys may say the same things at the same time, or one of you think of something 2 seconds before the other one says it. You have these weird synchronicities that seem like you're reading each other's minds all the time. You're completing each other's sentences. You know what the other one is thinking, and they don't even have to verbally communicate their thoughts. You just know. You know them better than anyone else. The 10th sign that you may have met your twin flame is there is this instant connection between the two of you. You find yourself wanting to be around them all the time, even if you're not the type of person that likes to have someone around them all the time. You may be someone who likes to have a lot of space or spend a lot of time alone, but you find yourself wanting to be with this person all the time. You want to spend as much time with them as possible, and it doesn't feel like a burden. It feels more like a privilege. Now, sometimes when you're looking at relationships that are not twin flame relationships, this could look a lot like a codependency type of situation, but it's not on an unhealthy level. This is a sense of wanting to be with each other or do things together or start a business together or work together, live together, whatever it is. It's more of because you really want to, not because you're drawn to because of unhealthy past experiences. It more has to do with the fact that there is a reason why you're coming together and you do have a mission here. And although you are whole on your own, this other person is going to be literally the other half of you, where your weaknesses are going to be their strengths. And so the two of you together will make you more powerful. And so if you're here and going to complete your mission together to do something to help raise the level of awareness and consciousness and love and light on this planet, then together you're so much more powerful. So the universe brings you together so that you can fulfill your purpose. And a lot of times that's fulfilling it together. And the 11th sign that you may have met your twin flame is that you are way more than just lovers. This is your best friend, your therapist. They are everything to you. And that is because there is this mind connection, this heart connection, and this soul connection. They are more than just a romantic love. They fulfill needs on every level. And being physically intimate with this person is not like being with a soulmate or anyone else. And that's because you're connecting on levels far greater than this 3D reality. You're actually giving and taking from someone on a mind, body, and spirit connection. So it's not going to be something that's just physical. It's going to be much more intense, much more raw and vulnerable. It's important to remember that you don't fall in love with your twin flame. You just remember that you've always loved them and you deepen that love. I hope these signs and synchronicities help you discover whether or not you've met your twin flame or not. Your soul knows better than anyone else, so follow what your soul tells you. A twin flame relationship is not about the ego. It's about wanting what is best for each other. There's never any jealousy of one another in a twin flame relationship because you know you share with this person something you've never shared with anyone else. And you know that you or them won't find anything like this with anyone else. Now, if you are experiencing a situation where you are in separation because of the runner-chaser dynamic, then it's just because the runner needs to experience something probably with a karmic in order to learn a lesson before they are reunited back with you. But they will never experience what they have with you with someone else. It will be a different kind of relationship. I am sending all of the twin flame couples out there lots of love and light. And for those of you still looking for your twin, release any attachment you have to finding them and get yourself in alignment vibrationally so that they can walk into your life. Namaste.